Let's bring in Senator Ted Budd. You represent this state. You're a straight shooter. What's been the response like? Why are residents feeling a little frustrated right now with the response from FEMA?
Yeah, look, they're here, but it's been very slow. A lot of bureaucratic hand-wringing and a lot of misplaced allocations. You know, whether it's money, $1 billion that's been allocated for illegals that's not coming here to Western North Carolina or the other states. We realize this is a multi-state region. I think this is probably the worst hit area. So it's misallocated time, misallocated dollars, and a lot of bureaucratic hand-wringing. But it's here, it's coming, and we want to be thankful for those that are on the ground, for FEMA. I believe their heart's in the right place. But again, the bureaucracy, it's thick, it's obtuse, it's slow. But again, it's here, it's getting better. Finally, after some decisions from the Biden White House. And let's remember, they had a make-ready order for the 18th Airborne Corps, 82nd, 101st. A lot of them out of Fort Liberty, known as Fort Bragg, used to be known as Fort Bragg. They're now here, but it took so long, and they were on the balls of their feet, ready to come.
What took so long for? I mean, Bragg has the best of the best.
Yeah.
The forecasters predicted that it was going to be pretty bad. Yeah. What took them long to get here?
Look, I think it's a lot of fighting over who's in charge, and we just need decisions. We need decisions from the White House, decisions from the governor, and they were ready. But again, the National Guard's here. We're grateful for all of it, but just a lot of people competing for who's in charge. Now they're here. We had to put a lot of pressure on with my colleague in the Senate, Senator Thom Tillis. So we're all in this together. Again, let's look forward and let's do what we can to get places like this back on its feet. It's not going to take weeks or months. It's going to take years to get this place back in order, but nothing beats a neighbor helping neighbors. And so seeing people step up, there's a lot of gratitude for that.
Let's talk about that, though, because the response from the faith-based community, Samaritan's Purse, neighbors, churches coming in to step in the gap. I mean, we can talk about FEMA all day, but it has been incredible what we've seen on the ground, Senator.
Yeah, those are when you see the orange shirts from Samaritan's Purse, the yellow shirts from Baptist on Mission. I mean, I was at Katrina 19 years ago as a volunteer, and to see them here first on the scene within a matter of hours, it's so impressive. I mean, you got your neighbors first, the ones that were harmed, or the ones that were unharmed, helping the ones that were hurt. Then you've got your volunteer groups coming in. You've got a lot of folks generously from other states packing up trucks, bringing it here. We're grateful for all of that. So again, these volunteer organizations, this is the home of Billy Graham and Franklin Graham, and I mean, miles away from the Billy Graham Training Center, Samaritan's Purse up in Boone, where I went to college. These folks are just amazing, and especially the Baptist on Mission, American Red Cross. And by the way, they came in, American Red Cross, thinking this was maybe a 4 out of 7. They got here on the ground. They said this is a 7 out of 7, the worst they've ever seen.
Wow. Senator, there's been some talk about elected officials, people running for president, former president coming on the ground. Yeah. You have some perspective on that, what you want when it comes to folks coming into town but not taking resources as well.
Absolutely. President Biden wanted to come, so we reached out to the White House and said, please, we want you here. We want you to come, but let's do it in a way that doesn't harm an active recovery. I want President Trump to come as well. He needs to see this. He's been in Georgia. He's seen it. His heart is here, you know, for North Carolina and for Georgia. But I want to say, we want you to come and see what we see. If you want to hand out water, great. And one of the heroes is also Elon Musk and Starlink. These communities were disconnected. I mean, these are tough mountain people, but they need to talk so they can bring in resources. Kamala Harris had years and $42 billion to connect these rural communities, and she didn't do it. But in a matter of a button click, President Trump did it, and you know, within hours, pallets were on their way to North Carolina full of Starlink. So we want President Trump to come here and see what needs to be done, because whoever's president, and I'm cheering for President Trump, but whoever is president, if it's Kamala Harris, President Trump, whoever it is, it's going to take years to get this community back on their feet.
Senator, I know you care about your people, and we appreciate you giving us the facts here on the ground and what we can expect in the future. Senator Budd, thank you so much, sir. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, I'll send it back to you on the couch.
Okay, thank you so much, Lawrence.
Thank you.
Now, Florida.